you like to start the vlog? Sleepy kitty. So this is what's been going on. I had this sitting in the box for several days because I've been putting off building it. Pulled it out at like 8 o'clock last night thinking it would take me like an hour or two. I worked on it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours last night, and still doesn't really feel like we made a lot of progress. And I've been watching the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders show on Netflix while I work on it. This is just gonna be a little cabinet for in my bathroom for like linens and stuff. So slowly but surely it's coming together. A Maxine in the wild. Hi. Hello. I have not touched my book. Hello there. I say that. Oh, I'm sorry. I just hit her in the face. I say that. It's like 8 o'clock. I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night, so I'm really tired. Not feeling particularly motivated to work on it, but we'll see if that changes later in the day. If you're new here, hi. Welcome to day 7 of daily vlogs till I finish the book. It's not done, but I am. It's almost 11 o'clock now. There's a piece missing, so I can't properly put the doors together, but they're good enough. I still have to build all the drawers, but we're getting there. Okay, we're done with chapter 8. This one I did yesterday, I think, after I finished the vlog. So only 40 plus more to go. It's a little afternoon now. That chapter 8 took me a while, and I still don't know, but I need to stop working on it and come back and look at it with fresh eyes later. This is the scene that intros a bunch of new characters, which is always challenging for me, introducing a ton of new characters at once and like balancing all of those introductions without like making it feel like it's really bogging down the pace, and being too like info dumpy is challenging for me. I don't like it. So I was tweaking this a lot, trying to add a little bit more to develop these characters a little bit more without being too heavy-handed with it. So I don't know if I'm happy with it. I'm gonna come back and reread it later, but for now, we're done. I forgot to do Dino's inhaler this morning, so we're gonna try and sneak attack him while he's asleep. I'm so sorry to do this to you. I'm so sorry. I know it's not fine. I'm all done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't worry, he's well reimbursed afterwards. All right, we're moving over to the desk. We're getting serious. I'm just not gonna get ready today. It's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna take a break and go work out in like an hour or two, so what's the point? I do really need to like kick it into high gear. We can't keep dilly-dallying. If this is going to the proofreader August 12th, I'm gonna want to do another pass after this line edit, because I'm line editing and I kind of copy edit at the same time, because honestly my writing's pretty clean to begin with. Like, it really doesn't need much more than like a proofread, but I do want to do one more pass focusing on the copy edit after the line edit. And if we have over 40 chapters to go and only like a month and a half to do it 1 or 2 chapters a day is not the pace we need. I am so grateful to my proofreader though, because I've been working with her for, I don't even know when we first started working together. I think she's done at least all of the Marionettes books. My point being, she's familiar with me and my writing and everything, so I was like fully anticipating to pay her usual rate for proofreading, and she gave me a big discount this time because mine don't ever really need that much work, which I never would have asked her to do because I felt like her rate was reasonable to begin with. But that was like a real nice surprise for me. I think chapter 9 should be a breeze to edit, at least compared to chapter 8. I must admit, I do find the chapters from the love interest point of view to be a little more fun to work on. So I'm looking forward to this one. He doesn't have that many chapters at the beginning. I'm definitely not someone who alternates every chapter. I really just do it when I feel it's necessary. So he's the first chapter, and then we don't have him again until chapter 6, so there's like a gap there, and then chapter 9 again. So I haven't gotten to work with him for a little bit. I think his chapters start coming in a little more frequently later in the book, but there are definitely more Gracie chapters than there are his chapters. While we're here, should we answer some questions? So someone asked if I could show some of my bullet journal spreads. I'm assuming because you saw all of this, there's nothing to show really. I have not used this thing in years, other than like taking notes about the books that I'm working on, so I can't show you anything. It's like a to-do list of edits. I do have like a list of crutch words that I used with my last book, or again these little charts I make to mark off each chapter for each book. The one for Broken Perfect Lies, like literally that's all that's in here. This is the Bloodless Ties one. They're really just my trackers that I use for editing at this point. Sometimes I put a little more effort into them. Obviously this go around, no. Oh, this is a relevant question because of what we were just talking about. What's the difference between a manuscript evaluation and a copy edit? So those are two of the services that I offer for editing. A manuscript evaluation for me is about the developmental type of edits, but it's not a developmental edit. It's not as expensive as a developmental edit, and I'm not going to go as in-depth as a developmental editor would. But I am looking at like big picture story stuff. I'm looking at your pacing. Do you have plot holes? Do you got character relationship or development issues? Big picture stuff. And then copy editing is line level stuff. Line editing, which is what I'm doing right now, is a little more subjective, stylistic, looking at word choice or like the way this flows. Is this paragraph too long? Should this information come before this information? Do I want to say this in a different way? Copy editing is just more on the technical side. Is it objectively right or wrong? Not am I making it pretty, it's do you need a comma here? Is this the right tense for this verb? Is this the correct form of this word? Is this the right word to use here in general? Do you have the right punctuation? That kind of stuff. For PR boxes, which companies would you suggest to work with for getting the boxes printed? Do you have a company you'd recommend for having a special edition book, like with foiling erased letters to be printed? So I actually don't think I'm gonna get like special boxes printed. I'm probably just gonna use the leftover boxes that I have from my Kickstarter, which are just like, I get them from Uline. I can link them down below. They're just regular boxes. But I have used many printers before for like getting my art prints made, getting my bookmarks made, so I can link those down below as well. I've used Vistaprint before, and I've used, I think it's called Smart Press before. I would recommend Smart Press if you're doing like bookmarks and prints and stuff. They did my foiled bookmarks and my character art prints and stuff, and the reason why I like them is you like get credits every time you order, so then you get money off if you reorder. So that I've just found to be the best deal, like money wise. And then as far as getting special edition books printed, I haven't done this, so I can only relay like what I've seen other people use. I think 48-hour books is a pretty popular one. I would check author Facebook groups. That's where a lot of people will share things they've used, recommendations. I think Book Vault is another pretty popular one. And then a lot of people will do things overseas, like working with companies in China and stuff. Again, I don't have any personal experience and I actually can't think of any off the top of my head, but Facebook groups is a good place to look because a lot of people will share their experience in there. What are some of your author career goals and dreams? I don't have a list at this point, because I had a list when I first started and I've already like checked everything off of my like initial list, so I need to think a little bit bigger. I need to start coming up with some new goals. At this point it's more of just like I want to top my own personal bests, so I've made it into the top 100 of the Kindle store before, but never the top 10, so that would be really cool too. Things like that, like I would like to have a series outperform the Marionettes, because the Marionettes is my best-selling series right now. It's my only series out right now, so I would just like to publish something. Like I don't want my best to be in my past. I want something that I do that's new to do better than my current best. It's really just stuff like that. I'd love to have a book of mine translated at some point, whether I do it myself or I end up working with a publisher for that. I just think having my book in a different language would be really cool. I don't know which language I would start with. I really liked being in the Luna and Lore book box, because if you can see these up here, they made like special editions of my books. That was such a cool experience, and like they had full creative reign on that one. They did everything, so getting to see someone else's take on my book and have them make like character art and put all these cool features in it, that was a really unique experience. So it's something that like it would never get old, because every time someone new does it, it would be a new interpretation of it. I'd love to see that for one of my other books. I'd love to see some of my contemporaries get some love for sure. I don't know if you guys have your like author dreams or anything, I would love to hear some down in the comments. Give me some ideas. Like, I don't even know. What trope haven't you written yet that you'd like to write? This one I don't know if I can answer, because a lot of them are gonna be the tropes in the books of this new series, and I'm not ready to reveal that just yet. So pretty much all of the books in this series are tropes that I haven't done for. So I'm having fun and experimenting and trying some new things. Gracie's book is a brother's best friend romance. I think I've been teasing that book 2 is like a ton of tropes that I never thought I would write, and that's true. But same with book 3 and book 4. If they're gonna be what I'm thinking right now, they're gonna be brand new tropes for me as well. Okay, I think this is our final question. I was talking about in the previous video how views on my videos aren't awesome, haven't been in a while, are not what they used to be. So they asked, with the lower YouTube views, are you making less from ad revenue? Yeah, I don't make like anything from YouTube. I haven't in a long time. I saw a comment on one of my YouTube shorts the other day that made me laugh too, about like something about how I was doing it to make money or something. Like, if you only knew my shorts, I might make like 25 cents off of one of those videos. Like, if I was doing that for the money, there would be far better uses of my time. YouTube, just off of the ad revenue, I might make like a little over $100 a month if I'm posting. If I don't post enough in a month, I've gone months without posting, and I still will make some with my backlog of videos, but if it doesn't cross that $100 threshold, you don't get paid. So I have months where I don't even get paid. Like, at its peak for me, I used to make $400 or $500 a month from ads, and then added my sponsorships, and it might have been like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. I don't make anywhere near that anymore. YouTube is 100% just a hobby for me at this point. I would be making far less than minimum wage with the amount of time that I put into this and the money that I get out of it. It's pennies. And then this is our final question. They had 2 in the comment. Will Gracie's book be in any subscription boxes? We'll see. We will see. No plans right now. I haven't done anything to achieve that. So in the past, I have reached out to other book boxes myself, and that's how my books ended up in them. That's what I did for the anti-relationship year. So I definitely want to do that and reach out and see if we can get it in there, or maybe one will contact me. That would be ideal, but we'll see. I'm gonna try and knock out chapter 9. Done. It's 3 o'clock. I haven't worked on my book at all. You wanna know what I did? I sat here and remade all of the thumbnails for this series of videos so far. Why? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I'm gonna go work out. Just finished my workout and got out of the shower, and I ended up getting some dinner delivered from Veggie Girl. So we're gonna dig into this. It's a little after 5. I am planning on working on the book a little bit more tonight. I'm looking to see what chapter 10 is. I think chapter 10 could potentially use a good amount of work also. This little set of chapters was just a challenging one, so I might only get one more done tonight, but I am gonna end the vlog here so I can just edit it and get it up. I'll update you tomorrow on anything else that I do today. If you have any questions for tomorrow, feel free to comment them on this one. And I think that's all I got for you today. No.